Welcome to the sixth episode of the Rainbow Bro podcast, hosted Macy Price in the Jackson studio recording this episode. Let's get started, guys. The Olympics just ended on Sunday, and the U.S. was second in medals. That was really cool to see. I enjoyed the Olympics, it was a blast. And last time I saw you guys, I was talking about the Super Bowl, and it was a one sided affair. The Seattle Seahawks destroyed the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and the next Super Bowl will be in California. The new Super Bowl logo was not giving California, it was giving Miami, Florida instead. Now, I will be watching WrestleMania in April. I didn't like it how WWE had took WrestleMania out of New Orleans and put it back in Las Vegas because New Orleans had missed out a lot of money they could have had from that because a lot of these fans are coming all around the world coming to the U.S. and watching WrestleMania and they're having a blast and that's a lot of money they missed out on. That is crazy. Did you see about the Olympics? Right now, they're saying that 10K monsters were gone in 3 days. It was the white monsters. And then they said 10K condoms were gone in 3 days. I believe that is fabricated because how is that even possible? Now, the Paralympians are up next to see what they're doing. Now, I enjoy a lot of sports. Certain sport I don't watch, I kind of find kind of lame. Did you see the previous Olympic sports were? Some of them were wild, some of them were kind of cool, so I can see why they took them out. Gaming would never be an Olympic sport. It should be. We curse way too much. We say off the wall stuff. It will be the fastest cancellation you ever seen. Holy hell, guys. Did you see this? So, Bonnie Blue slipped but 400 men and got pregnant. And now she's going to test every 400 man to see who is the father. That is so wild, wild stuff right there. Like, oh my goodness, you better split the pearls on that one. That was crazy. It was all over my Instagram, so of course I had to read about it. There was a WNBA player who passed away. She's only 43, so donuts to her family on that one. But that was crazy. Now here's the catch. Now Tom Brady said that wrestling is cute. Tom Brady, wrestling is not cute. Wrestling is very dangerous and it can be dangerous. They said that wrestlers take over 500 car accidents, the impact they took. Now, I bought some really cool, really awesome comic books today, and I want to post some of them online for you guys to check it out. Now, am I getting overboard with AI? Yes, I am. AI music is so much fun to do. I having an out the loop blast. I know I did an all girl rock and roll band, so hopefully that can work and not flop. Hopefully I'm not getting carried away with AI music, but I know one song, I only need one song, and my ass is going viral. Now, there is a cold case in Oklahoma, I believe. They're using AI and also they're using DNA to crack the case. So, very fascinating on that one, though. They only said like 1% of cold cases get cracked, actually. You know, you know what cracks me up the most is when certain straight people go into LGBT events and they seem surprised or they seem offended, like that you're hitting on them. Well, when you go to an LGBT event, they're trying to figure out what letter you are. Are you a lesbian, transgender, or bisexual, or gay? They want to know what letter you are to see what you're doing on a Friday night. Alright, there was a figure skater that kept focusing on her fake sexuality and not focusing on figure skating. Like, pansexual is not a sexuality. I am sorry, it's not a sexuality. I said what I said. Okay, we have gay, bisexual, and straight. Pick which one you are. That one article is harmful to the lesbian community. You cannot. She says that lesbian is a choice, and here's why. Lesbian is not a choice. No, it is not. Being gay is not a choice. Being bisexual, it is not a choice. That is not a choice. No, no. When you're old enough, when you're probably what, 14, 15, when you start figuring yourself out and feel like girls or boys or both, it is not a choice. There are so many bisexual women who are refusing to say the word bisexual, Instead, they're saying they are lesbian. No, lesbians mean a woman attracted to another woman. Okay, bisexual means a woman attracted to a man and a woman. What they're saying is, I'm a lesbian but I sleep with men. No, you're not a lesbian, you sleep with men. You're gay, pump the brakes. You're straight or bisexual. That's it. I don't understand why you guys are putting lesbian through the ringer. Stop it. Let's just stay lesbian phobic. I don't know about lesbian phobic, but bisexual people can be homophobic sometimes because they're trying to raise lesbians. Lesbians are not is not biphobic. They're not. Okay, if they don't want to date a woman who likes men, they're not gonna date you. Now I have no problem dating a bisexual woman. I have no problem dating a bisexual woman. People stop saying that bisexual people cheat. Straight and bisexual people cheat. They all cheat. All right, they all cheat. Any sexuality can cheat and be unfaithful to their spouse, girlfriend, or boyfriend. There it is. Okay, we need to stop it. When somebody asks you what you bring to the table, they're asking you what you're gonna do in the relationship. Okay, you need to be getting somebody who is not a bum. Right, get somebody who's not a bum. Alright, for me, I will be playing 50-50 one day with my girlfriend or possibly my wife. I'm not gonna, I don't understand why people get in a relationship with somebody they know that they're lazy and they're not planning the change and they're sitting up on your couch eating your food, water, everything else, and will not help you with the bills. That is not the person you want. You want somebody that helps you around the house, that treats you well and treats you good, right? So, right, I'm sitting here, same spot, and I'm looking at the snow and the Massachusetts weather. If you're from Massachusetts, please correct me if I'm wrong. But so far, I don't know, man. This is 32 inches of snow, 26 inches of snow, and now they're saying they're not done snowing yet. That is crazy. Just imagine waking up to 32 inches of snow. Like, wow. Now, I love myself some Netflix. I love Netflix. But one thing I haven't criticized Netflix on is why do we have 6 episodes of a show? Why 6 episodes of a show? It's ridiculous. We should at least have 10 episodes for a show. It makes sense. And yes, I will binge watch a show and then get mad and I rewatch it or wait for the next season. You know what, guys? You know what I do it too. Americans will act like we have a certain object to our heads, and we be like, "Oh, it's awful. I can't believe. Oh, it's gross. And then we watch the second season of it. Michael Jackson's team. When you're done suing Sexy Red, go talk to the CEO of YouTube and get that taken down. I like Sexy Red's music. I really do. But that was god awful. It was, that belonged in the trash. What is that? Honestly, what is that? Yeah, no. And thank you guys so much for tuning in yesterday of my UFC game when I was streaming on my Twitch. You know me, I'm always having fun on my Twitch. Twitch is a blast, and go get yourself a Twitch account. Me, I like to play sports game, Call of Duty game, and Fortnite games, etc. I mostly play on my PlayStation, but you know us. We're playing video games probably on our phone, tablets, or on our Nintendo Switch. You know? And also, guys, if you play the sim game, be careful, your characters can get pregnant. Okay, I didn't know that one of my characters are pregnant. I'm like, holy moly, what? That's crazy. And also, guys, if you're gonna create an entire family like I did, now in the past I had a Baker and Jackson, and then I said, you know what? Let's just fully use the word Jackson and let's get it cracking, right? Okay, I think yeah. If you're gonna create a whole family, you need to have like an easy name for people to know. Okay, and why would you name your kid 6'7"? We have babyname.com now, so it is endless names you can name your child, like Eddie, James, or Christopher, Joseph, Carl, Carlos, Sophia, Charlotte, and Evelyn, or Julia, Julian, Adam, Amy. There's a lot of names you can name your child. And your asses go to 6, 7. No. And laundry pods are not poisonous. Knock it off. Your dumbasses are the one eating them. I bet you're eating. I bet you're eating the laundry pods. Okay? Pretend this is a laundry pod. You're doing this. Oh. Laundry pods are not poisonous. They're not. Most Americans, right, we use laundry pods to do our laundry. Okay, most of us use laundry pods to do our laundry. Okay, you might have pica if you're trying to eat the laundry pods. And no, I'm not a science psychiatrist or whatever they call it when you diagnose people. Okay, most of us are not out here eating the laundry pods. Stop it. Why are you guys so obsessed with raw milk and raw cheese and raw butter? Okay, like, no. And yes, I am friends with farmers. I just don't understand why you guys want to eat some raw milk and raw cheese and butter. Like, what is your fascination with that? Okay, what is your fascination? Like, I know it's a higher risk of getting a lot of stuff to you. Yeah, no. And also, guys, certain crumble cookies are really good. Some crumble cookies are not as good. So it just depends. It just depends what crumble cookie you are at. Okay. Now I started the gay hot take just because I'm gay and I got some hot takes. Because I do want people to realize that there is two different classes of gays. Two different classes of gays on earth. The one class of the gay is the one that lives a quiet gay life with their spouse and they're with their kids and nobody knows that they're gay and they want to live a quiet life and shh, right? And there's also the one class of the gays, the one who plays their husband or wife for the last 20 years, come out as gay, moving on, made it look like nothing happened, and you play someone for the last 20 years. Yes, certain closeted gays and certain gays can be abusive. I know we keep focusing on the closeted gays being abusive, but I feel like closeted and openly gay people can be abusive too. We need to talk about the DV in the LGBT community because it can also affect us too. I'm not in this situation, but when an LGBT person talks about the DV, they automatically get labeled homophobic or transphobic. First off, no, we're not homophobic or transphobic. If you talk about DV in the LGBT community, we don't need to hush it. We need to be more open about it, so we can get some people help. Maybe there are shelters for LGBT people to go to for their safety. So we need resources to protect LGBT people from other LGBT people who possibly are harming them. Okay, so we're getting more open about it. When I saw this more online, guys, it's called WLW. It means a woman loving a woman. That's what it means. Then what is it? So MLM means a man loving another man. That's basically what it means. Now, here's the catch. Anybody who has Tourette's, let me know down below, and then maybe we can have a Discord a conversation. There was a British Tourette's activist who screamed out, said a racial slur, and he since, I believe, apologized for that, and it was a reward show. So let me know down below. He has Tourette's, and he said a racial slur. So let me know what you guys feel about that down below, right? We're getting a little spicy, we're getting a little dicey, but I just want to know that I don't have Tourette's, not at all. But I know there's people who have Tourette's, and they are not supporting that. Some people have Tourette's, and they're saying no, he should not have said that word, and other people, but he has Tourette's. Can he control it? So let me down below. Anybody who has Tourette's, let me down below. We have a little chit chat down below. Now, guys. That was crazy. I believe she's now the most decorated person. Now, some people are calling her a traitor. Me personally, I'm not calling her a traitor. I know she represented China because her mom is Chinese, and her her father's American. Now, me personally, I'm not going to come after her. And she said that she was physically assaulted. First off, nobody should be physically assaulted. We need to keep our hands to ourselves. Okay. I'm trying to find her, right? Trying to find her. Now, Lindsey Vonn said to almost avoid her leg being amputated after the Olympic crash. But some people were saying that Lindsey Vonn was being selfish because she knew she had a ruptured ACL, and she decided to keep going. And Lindsey Vonn had put out a really nice, humble message out for the public. She was basically telling you to F off in a nice, humble way. Alright, now guys. So right, I'm talking about the UFC knockouts. I'm saying who won, who lost, who maybe won by decision, or split decision, and yada yada he who, right? Right. And right, I'm looking at this video. I'm hearing Jessica's collarbone go crunch, crunch, crunch. We can hear her collarbone go crunch, crunch, crunch. Right? And I'm like, you are the referee. You didn't hear that? You need a hearing check. Go to get the hearing check, and then you can put up your hand here, here, because we can hear her collarbone break in the video. We can hear crunch, crunch, crunch. Like, come on now. Now, me personally, I don't care if the Olympians want to talk about politics. Okay, but first for me is they need to medal first, and then they can talk about politics. A lot of them are talking about politics and not medaling. They got to medal first, and then talk about politics after. It is important to hear conservative and liberals' views and ideas on politics, right? No, don't get me wrong. I lean more conservative than liberal per se, but I also in the middle. So something I might say that something might be more in the middle, and certain things are flat out conservative. All right, LGBT people are liberal and conservative. We think both ways. We don't just think one way. And yes, I know a lot of LGBT people are more likely to be Democrat and vote blue, and there's also LGBT people who also vote conservative too, and we can have that Discord down below. So we do need to make sure that people realize because our sexuality does not dictate how we vote. Not one bit at all. Now listen, we need more American flags and pride flags. The American flag represents all the men and women that served our country. The pride flag represents who you're sexually attracted to. Okay, that's a big difference. I rock with the old school pride flag. I believe that the lesbian flag needs to be remade. Okay, we basically took Duncan's colors and put it in a flag. Did you watch the documentary of Amy Winehouse? We had lost one of the greatest singers of our generation. But I feel like they could have. I felt like they ignored her help. Amy was screaming out for help. You can tell that Amy was screaming out for help. I don't know what that sound was, guys. That was kind of wild. I had learned some new terminologies, so bear with me. So they said a stone top will work good with a pillow princess. Okay, so I learned that in the LGBT community. Now here's the catch, guys. Here's the catch. Here's the catch. Okay, there are tops, versatile, and there is bottoms, and there's pillow princess, and there's dominant tops, right? Ladies, if you want to take that hospital trip, go ahead with the bad self, because I don't know why you guys are so obsessed with anything longer than a 12. Maybe a 13. Okay, fine. I changed it to a 13. 6 to 13 is enough for your pleasure. More than that, we're looking for as a hospital trip. why there is a 22-inch glow in the dark toy on Amazon.com. Why? Don't you see that it's going to be a hospital trip waiting to happen? Like, if you're going to challenge yourself, let's get the 20-inch. Don't be so greedy. And no, I don't know. I have no idea how I know that information. Kids, don't bite your nails. That's disgusting. Okay. Now I want you guys to check this out, guys. So, so look, I got this right here, and like it colors, it colors like the stickers. And I got this really cool thing. I had looked it up. I had to look it up on my phone earlier to realize that that is a book series. I'm working on it right now, guys. There you go. I'm working on it right now. It is this one. Did you see that? Good job, right there. You know, awesome. You're right. That's really cool. I'm working on something right now, and it looks really cool. I'm about to watch SmackDown soon, and Wrong. I'm about to watch Raw soon on Netflix. It's gonna come on at 8 o'clock. And also, guys, I like Raw and SmackDown. I feel like the rosters are uneven. My ass hurts. I think the rosters are uneven with the SmackDown and the Raw. They said that I did it again. They said that Raw was gonna be short staffed because of the weather. I fully understand because they're saying people getting a snow blizzard, a snowstorm, and I saw some of those, some of those. Damn it! What I'm about to say next. Oh, geez. Oh, some of those snowfall are wild. 32 inches, 26 inches of snow. What? Some of this is 12 inches, 13 inches, 15 inches of snow. It was like, whoa. Like, you wake up in the morning, right? And your phone goes beep, 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 or honk, honk, honk. You wake up in the morning, right? And then you wake up, right? You brush your teeth real good, and you look, and you pull your curtains open, and you're like, what the hell is that? I truly wanted to know, does no trucks even have the equipment, to handle all that snow? Right? It is crazy. You know, I'm not saying that straight people can go to the LGBT event. I'm not saying that, but certain ones get offended if you ask them out. No, some of them get offended like they listen to people like, oh, you think I'm gay? Oh, you think I'm bi? You think I'm trans? You're going to an LGBT event. Of course we expect LGBT people to be at the LGBT event. Me personally, I don't like the word queer. I still see it as a homophobic slur and a political statement. Now, I'm not going to police people's speech. That's not my job. I'm not getting paid for it. So I'm not doing it. Okay, there's a lot of things doing amateur right now that I enjoy. But yeah, I'm not going to police people's speech. That's not what I'm doing. All right, if you want to use the word queer, go ahead. I'm not gonna say I don't like the word, but I'm not gonna stop using it. People are like, well, we reclaim the word queer. Okay, and now there are two different masculine lesbians. There is the dyke and there is a stud. I am a dyke. A stud is like a soft butch, and a dyke is like a hard butch. Right? Now there are some dykes out there that are very masculine to the point where they'll square up with somebody who's 6'6", male. You're like, put him up. I'll knock you out. Put him up. And then take off the t-shirt, but yeah, put him up. I'm not that kind of dyke. Okay, there's some really masculine dykes out there, too masculine to the point where they'll fight a man in the back alley. But yeah, put it up. I was like, bro, do you need to make hold on a second? That's not what I'm doing. Okay, I know that there's certain masculine lesbians out there. They'll square up with a whole dude thinking like, yeah, I can take you. It's like thinking you're a dude and being a dude, two different things. I think I know, like, listen, I think I'm one of the bros. I know one of the bros. I know one of the bros. If I create a rainbow bro and an American rainbow bro. Now, I had an American rainbow bro at the beginning. Then I realized that there are international rainbow bros right now running around, right? Now there are certain people that, well, I'm not gay. I don't like the gay culture. Wait, hold on a second. You can still be gay, but don't if like you can still be gay without doing the gay culture. There's not one way to be gay. Not one way to be gay. Not all gays are shaking their asses at Friday night at the bar and nightclub and wasting the money. No. Yeah, a lot of gays are like me, who was working a 9 to 5, who was working a shift. You know, there's nothing wrong with shaking your ass on a Friday night and doing that. What I'm saying is, you can be LGBT without doing the LGBT culture, right? Every community has their culture, you know, but not everybody wants to do everything in the LGBT community, and that's okay. There's not one way to be LGBT, and there's not one way to be gay. You know, there's many ways to be gay. Only thing we have the same interest in with the same sex. Generation C, we need to calm down. Okay, if a straight person says I'm not attracted to you, they don't attract to you. Okay, I know Generation C thinks because we see we share this same sexuality, that means we should be attracted to this all the same people. Like, no, that's not how this works. Okay, that's not how this works. You know, that's not how this works. Is it policy or you guys just acting like a bunch of clowns? Because I am a masculine woman who goes in the women's restroom just fine. I wash my hands and I go on my merry way as a masculine lesbian. Are you guys me? I'm not sure. Because certain masculine lesbians saying they're having issues in the bathroom, that they're looking at them like this, seeing if they're a man. Okay, they're seeing if they're a man or not. Right? I wondered that. Is it a policy or you guys just making female feel uncomfortable? Okay, I'm a gentleman, so I'm not sure. I know there was a guy named Sack who was getting harassed in the bathroom because he was a femme boy. He was very femme presenting. It's in the men's bathroom because he is a man. Because he wears makeup, it does not mean he's a girl. It means he's a gay man who likes to wear makeup, and that's okay. Not everybody fits in the box to be the man or woman. Okay, that's all. You can still be a girl and wear boxers, boy clothes, and have a haircut. You can still be a boy wearing makeup and get your nails done and do all that. You know. Can we know who is the nail tech in Italy? You are out here doing perfect nails for the women athletes. Absolutely, absolutely perfect nails, and we want to know your name. Do you have a social media? Like these nails, this is a poor example. Those nails you were having is absolutely flawless. Absolutely flawless, right? Absolutely flawless. You know, I mean, you know, the little Andrew is only 3 years old. We know little Andrew is only 3 years old. But your daddy is a Super Bowl champion, and your mommy is a multiple gold medalist in hockey. So you know what that means. That bro's gonna have a Super Bowl in one hand, and they gonna have a gold medal like this. Look, mommy, look what I did. Not none of us. No, nobody should be cheating in a sport. We want to know how were they cheating in curling. Okay, it got wild in curling, guys. It got wild in curling. It got wild in curling. Like they was talking, the foul language was going. Got wild in curling. You know, so I just want to know how were they cheating in curling. I'm not saying nobody should be cheating in curling. I want to know how were they cheating in curling. Okay, guys, soon enough I'll be becoming a gym bro. Okay, rainbow bro will be going to gyms. Me personally, I don't care what country they represent in the Olympics. Yes, I'll be cheering on the U.S. team. I always will be. But we all also needs to realize that not everybody is going to be, not, okay. not everybody can. Not everybody's going to make the U.S. team. That's why you're able to represent different countries if they elect you to. Okay, guys, we need to remember they are human beings first. Okay, you're human beings first. Alright, guys, now I'm going to leave you with this. Do not drink or drive. There's a million ways to get home, and not one of them are behind the wheel. I don't care if you're a little bit buzzed or not. Buzz driving is drunk driving, and I need to make sure you know that. Okay? There goes a fire truck, guys. And yeah, that's all, guys. I want you guys to have fun, but also be safe at the same time. I know a lot of LGBT people like to talk about the birds and the bees. I also want to talk about the birds and the bees, but I also want to balance it out. I know a lot of LGBT people, they only talk about the birds and the bees for 30 minutes, and that's oppressive. I don't have to talk about that word that long. Alright. See you guys.